recording and we're gonna get started. I'm really excited to talk tonight. I feel like we've been doing more recently a lot more like fundamentals, a lot more like hands-on, a lot more the green side, and I'm excited to, just kind of talk about our belief again. If you know me at all, this is something I'm so passionate about. I love personal development. I love growing in the belief department, and I'm excited to chat with you guys tonight. Look, guys, I even have notes. It's been a minute since I've had notes for a Zoom too. So hopefully I'm gonna have my whole crap together and it's just gonna flow. The other day I was listening to a podcast, changed my life in like 24 minutes. So I've been with this business for 2.5 years, and there's not a lot of times I hear something that's like brand new or really like a solid hit. I've heard a lot of it before, and as I'm hopping on different trainings or listening to different things or reading different books, I'm cultivating these ideas I already have instilled in me. And yes, this is kind of like that. It is definitely an idea I've heard before. I've never heard it in the way that I heard on this podcast, and I think it has forever changed who I am in my business, and I'm hoping that I can bring some of that to you guys too. So for reference, the podcast, I want to make sure I give credit where credit's due. The podcast is called Your Virtual Upline. You can get that on Google, or like Android or iPhone. So if you guys want to go listen to his podcast, it's one I absolutely love. It's very geared towards network marketing. So we're going to talk about belief tonight, okay? So I want you guys to put a 1 in the chat if you have ever heard your upline, another leader, or if you've ever said your action determines your result. Or something like, you just need to do more. Like, you just need to do more host to post. That's why you're not being successful. You just need to do more follow-ups. You just need to do more messages. You just need to do more personal development, right? Your action is what's going to get you there. Massive action creates massive results, right? I don't know about you guys. I've heard this. All you guys have heard it too. And I know I've said it a million times as well. And so what we're going to talk about tonight is how that is not right. That's inaccurate. You don't have to do more to find the success you want. And I don't know about you, but that alone, that's just so freeing. The idea that what I'm doing actually is enough, that I can have the success without trying to figure out what or how I could possibly do more. Because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I get so stuck because I don't know how to do more. I feel like I do so much. I'm constantly working, more is probably going to kill me. So what on earth more could I do? And so the idea that we're doing enough and that we're going to focus more on the mind behind it, I'm so excited to talk about that. So I want to start off kind of explaining to you guys my mindset. I'm going to talk here at the end once we go through kind of all of this, some of the changes I've implemented. So I want to show you guys where I started. So personally, I grew up an athlete. My dad played semi-pro baseball. My grandpa was a Braves baseball team prospect. I grew up in sports. And so I played soccer my whole life. I played soccer in high school. I went to school, college on a soccer scholarship. I was a prospect for the U.S. Olympics team for soccer. I breathed and lived sports. And so with that mindset, if you've ever played sports, you guys, you know that you have to train harder to be the best. You have to show up early to practice. You have to be in the weight room on your day off. You have to run extra sprints after practice. That's how you become the best. And so all of that completely translated over when I started my business, because I'm so used to, I've got to do more to be the best. But that formula is not going to get the same results here. That's not going to take you to the top. You can't always find more to do. You don't always have to grind harder. And so we're going to talk kind of the shift here of how we can get out of this idea that our action is going to determine our result. And instead, I want you guys to write this down. My belief determines my result. We're going to say that a bunch tonight. That's where we are going. We're going to stick it to my belief determines my results. If this is going to help solve the underlying issue of all of your business problems. You can't sign distributors, your belief is not right. You can't promote, your belief is not right. You can't sign customers, your belief is not right. You can't lead a team, your belief is not right. Absolutely any issue that you feel like you have, any stuck, any wall, any of that you're facing, your belief is the issue, and that's holding you back, not your action. So I want to give yourself a pat on the back and be like, look, you're doing enough, okay? I want you to know you're doing enough. And tonight we're going to hopefully break through some of those walls that have been holding you stuck. So we have to make this shift, okay? So we want to start the belief instead of action. Because the thing is, guys, you can have all the tools, you can do all the tasks, you can have all the action in the world, but if you don't have the belief backing it, nothing you do is going to matter. Nothing. It doesn't matter if you get 100 hosts to post up a day. If you don't believe you're worthy of diamond, you will not go diamond. And if you do, you will not stay there, because your belief doesn't going to carry you there. So it doesn't matter what actions we're doing. It doesn't matter the host to post, the personal, all that does not matter if we're not going to believe in ourselves first. Because guys, when we are not believing in ourselves, we were working from the place of my action determines my direction. My action is going to get me the success. Then we start focusing on the wrong things. We start focusing on the actions. We start focusing on what script is going to get me the customers. We start focusing on what post. Well, I saw Haley post and her post got 30 comments. So then that must be the secret. That's what I'm lacking, is I need to go put that post up. You know, we start looking at what tip, what trick, what person. Maybe you're not having the success because you haven't signed a runner yet. We're looking at the wrong things. Maybe it's the wrong company. So many people jump ship. They go because they think the grass is greener on the other side. They go to a different company expecting things to be different. But guys, you bloom where you're planted, and your focus is what is going to make that distinction. You don't have to have the perfect team. You don't have to have the perfect company. You don't have to have the perfect post or the perfect script if you have the correct and aligned focus. So instead of focusing on those actions, because when we are believing, our action gets us the result. That's what we're looking to fix. We're looking to find a new action to try, another action to implement. Instead, we're going to start focusing on the belief. Because guys, when we are focusing on the action, that puts us in what we call the stuck cycle. Okay, so I want you guys to put a 2 in the chat if this sounds like you, if you've ever been there, okay? Where you work super hard, you put in the time, you're showing up on the Zooms, you're showing up on the power hours, you've tried everything. You do your daily tasks, you do what your upline says, and nothing makes that much of a difference. You may have a month where things go up, you may have a couple of days where things go up, but even though you're doing all the things, your business is not changing. Let me see a 2 if that's you, because I know that's me, right? Yes, that's us. That's how we feel. And guys, so if you don't know my story when it comes to promoting, I jumped in this business and I went fast, okay? I went Ruby in 30 days. I went Emerald 2 months later. I went Diamond 2 months after that. And within 8 months of joining this business, I was double diamond, making well above average double diamond pay. And guys, that's where I was going. I knew I could, just believed I could do all of it. And then all of a sudden I hit this weird wall. Okay. So I know a lot of us have felt that. You've either had a lot of success and you hit a wall. Maybe you haven't had the success yet and you've just started with a wall. But we all face those walls in our business. And I've done for 2 years, I've been trying to go triple diamond, and I've just been sitting here doing the things in this stuck cycle, wondering what more can I do, getting so frustrated because I feel like I do enough. I feel like I'm doing the things consistently. I'm doing all the things, my upline, my sideline, all the trainings. I'm doing the things, but I'm not triple diamond. I'm still losing double and getting it back and losing double and getting it back. I'm not where I want to be. So I 100%, I'm in the 2 with you guys. I know that stuck cycle, and none of us want to stay there. We want to get out of the stuck cycle. And to do that, we've got to switch that focus. So we're not going to focus on the task at hand. We're not going to focus on what script, what post, what more can I do. We're going to start focusing on the inside. We're going to start believing that our belief determines our result. What we think about the situation determines its outcome. I was talking to my mom on the phone earlier. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I just thought about it. And my mom went to school for psychology, and we were talking about this whole concept. I was telling her all about this podcast I listened to. And she was talking about in her psychology classes, she was looking at going into like testing. And they do the placebo test. So they give like one person a sugar pill and one person the real pill and track the results. But they have to do double blind tests. So that not only do the recipients not know if they're getting a sugar pill or the real deal, but the people giving the pills, that they also don't know. Because if the person handing out the pills knows it's a sugar pill, even if they don't say anything, they just hand the person the pill the same way as they handed the actual pill, that will impact the results of the trial. Not what they said, not what they did, but their belief that that sugar pill is not going to work the same as the actual medication will impact the trial. That's how impactful and important the way we look at and the way we think about our promotions, the way we think about ourselves and our worth is. It makes the world of difference. And guys, we are conditioned to focus on the level of action. We are conditioned. How many times has your upline told you to do more, right? Like we were talking about at the beginning, how many times have you heard to do more? You were conditioned, and not just in this business, through life. In school, how do you get good grades? You study more. You go to tutoring more. You do more to get the good grades. In sports, how do you get to the top? You practice more. That's how you get there. At work, at an office job, how do you get the promotion? You outwork the other people there. We are literally conditioned to work more, to focus on that action. And we have to completely learn to rewire our brains to stop focusing on action on the surface level and actually work at the root of the problem to go deeper. We have to believe that my belief determines my results, not what I'm doing. And that's like the hardest freaking switch to make. But I'm telling you, and I know we've heard it a million times, like on every Zoom you've ever been on, you've heard someone talk about the choice is here, the results are here. But I don't know, the way this one was all put together, it made me actually feel it. It made me actually kind of understand the difference between the belief in action and the belief in me. So I want you guys to drop a 3 in the chat. If you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, you're using the same scripts, the same systems, the same posts, and you see that it's working for other people, but it's not working for you. Okay? If that's you. You're doing the same things, like exactly verbatim, the same things, but you're not seeing the results. I want to see a 3. You've had some success, right? You're on the Zoom, you've probably signed a customer, or you're new, or maybe you've promoted, you've had some success, but you're not at the level you want. And you struggle every day with the feeling that you don't deserve it. Let me see a 3 in the chat. Right? Okay. Yeah. That's me a million times. Every day, I feel like I don't deserve triple because I'm doing the things. I see people promoting triple diamond every month, and I'm doing the same thing as them. So then the issue's got to be me, right? That's one of the society things that you learn. If I'm doing the same thing in the same volume, if not more, as these other people that I see getting the results I want, and I'm not achieving those results, then the issue's got to be with me. Something's wrong with me. I've got to be broken. There's something not right with me. I'm the issue. And guys, that's where we're going to make this switch. It's the belief. That's 100% what you're saying when you start facing these things of, oh, I'm the issue. Oh, it can't be me. They can do it, but it can't be me. That goes to that belief. And so we want to treat that at surface level. We want to say, well, I must just have to go do more. I must just have to, maybe they have a script I don't have, or maybe they have a better upline than me, or maybe they have better downline than me. And instead of that action level, of that focus in that action, we've got to start focusing deeper. And we've got to start accepting who we are and remembering that God called us to a life of abundance in the same fashion that God called them. And that abundance and his calling on our life, it does not disqualify. It does not pick and choose. We are all just as worthy of that success, of those dreams. I'm going to take a drink, Carol. Sorry for a moment. I don't know about you guys, allergies are wiping me out. People over here are going to think I got the COVID. It's not. It's just the pollen and the fact the outside's yellow. Okay. So if you don't have the belief behind the actions, the words will never get the results you want. So even if you do have that perfect script, even if you do have that perfect post, like we were just talking about, it's not going to get you where you want. If you don't believe it'll get you where you want. I was talking to a new distributor on my team earlier this evening, and my team were really big on getting the customer's information and placing the order for them ourselves. I don't like shopping links. I want control. Okay. Red personality here. I need the control. And so this is her first customer, and we're trying to walk through the process. We're getting the information, and I have her send the script to get this girl's card information. A couple minutes go by, and my new distributor messages me, and she's like, she's apprehensive about giving me her card information, which is cool. I'm good at dealing with this. So I'm like, cool, what'd she say? She's like, well, she hasn't opened it yet. She hasn't opened it yet. But you're already deciding in your head she's apprehensive. And so it was a cool moment, but that's what we do with our business, right? She's already writing the narrative for her potential customer to step into. Where instead, if we approach the situation and we are like, she's gonna send me her card information. Like, why wouldn't she? This is my business. This is how I run business. She's just going to. I know it. I send the script, and then I wait. I go on with my day, and I have not a second thought about it, because this is my business, and this is how I run it. And when you go into things with the belief behind it, things happen differently. You start writing a new narrative. And when you are writing this positive and powerful narrative about your life, the world starts to walk by it. It's your story. Put into play what you want. Start writing this powerful narrative. Start writing in confidence. Start speaking and living in the belief that you are worthy of this. And then the world and the universe starts to agree. Things start happening and just sliding into place that make absolutely no sense, not because you changed anything, because like we already said, guys, you're here because you're doing the right things. You're doing the right post and you're doing the right things. So none of that is going to change. But when you flip the underlying cause, the underlying issue of the belief, the confidence, you start doing the same tasks, but you start getting a different result. You start sending those host to post messages, and before it took you 20 messages to get one person to post, now it takes you 10 messages to get 5 people to post. And it's not because you're saying anything different. It's not because you found the secret sauce. It's because you became the secret sauce. You became the person you needed to be. And it's so crazy the way this works. I'll tell my girls, if they come at me with a bad attitude, I'm like, go take a time out, because there's nothing that you can do right now for your business that's going to be beneficial. We've got to learn to fix that root issue, to fix the negativity, to fix the doubt, the fear, and find the worth in every moment of every day. Pollen, guys, pollen. And we like to nitpick our business. We like to talk about what we're bad about, right? I don't know why. Why is it so much more fun to talk together about what we're bad at? Like, I'm not good at going live. That's something personally I'm not good at. I don't like to do that. I talk too much. And, then Timoni may come in here and be like, well, I'm not good at signing distributors. And Christina may be like, I'm not good at, writing scripts. Who knows? But we love to talk here about these things we're not good at. We love to say that. We get uncomfortable if I sit down and I'm like, you know what? I'm incredible at signing customers. We start getting uncomfortable, right? We start getting uncomfortable, but what we're putting out there, those problems, those negatives, that goes right back again into that belief. We're going to talk in just a little bit about how to fix these things. That's one of the biggest ones. I don't know the word. Flash forward for whatever word meant to go there. But our awareness of the situations, that's going to be one of the ways we start fixing them. But these problems in your business that you want to talk about, the problems of signing distributors, the problems of signing customers, the problems of working consistently, the problems of feeling motivated, the problems of charting, the problems of being able to post, the problems of going live. these problems up in your business, the coolest thing is they are not even the actual problem. So you know how you've been racking your brain about how you're supposed to go Ruby when you don't know how to sign distributors? You're not good at that. How are you supposed to sign 3 distributors? Guess what, boo? That's not your problem. You can sign distributors. That's not it. Your problem is the focus. Your problem is the belief. When you're focusing outside yourself, searching for a solution to fix an internal problem. It's not that you can't sign distributors. It's that you don't believe you're a good leader. If you believed you were a good leader, if you believed you could bring anyone into this business and take them to Ambassador Diamond, you know what you'd do? You'd sign distributors. So it's not that you don't know how to sign distributors. You don't know how to believe that you're a good leader. Those problems that we want to hold on to, and we want to give them this power. We want to say, well, I could go Ruby, but I can't sign distributors, so I'll just keep signing customers. And we want to give power to the problem instead of taking responsibility for the change. You get to go out, and instead of saying, I can't sign distributors, now you're going to start learning how to be a good leader, how to start believing in yourself and your ability. And all of a sudden, you're going to be not only be signing new distributors, you're going to be signing distributors and taking them Ruby. And then you're going to be signing distributors and taking them Emerald. And it all comes not from the action, not from learning how to sign distributors, but learning how to believe you can sign distributors, to believe you can take care of distributors. And this goes to every aspect of your business. You don't think you can write quality posts? Well, it's not that you can't write quality posts, it's that you don't believe that your voice matters. You don't believe that you speak eloquently. You don't believe that you can do that. It all just funnels back to the way we look and believe and feel about ourselves. You have to focus on the only place that will transform your results, that will transform your success, and that is that belief. Think of something, guys, that you've been successful in, okay? I want you to think real quick. What's something you succeed in? Are you a good mom? Are you a good wife? Did you do good in school? Were you a good athlete? Are you a good cook? I want you to think of something real quick. Just think of something you're good at. Okay, and I want you, why are you good at that? You know what? Because, you know, maybe Ashley over here is a good mom. I think I saw you smile at that. So Ashley over here, Ashley's a great mom. I don't have kids, but if I did, okay, for this analogy, I may not be a good mom, but is there a difference between me and Ashley? Ashley's confident in her ability. Ashley knows she's raising those babies right. She believes that. She shows up confident. I don't have the confidence. I'm not a mom. So it does work. I'm not showing up that same way. That doesn't mean I'm not a good mom. That means that I'm focusing on the wrong issues and I'm not approaching it with the same. And that same thing where she's a good mom, if she saw and woke up and was like, I'm a good business owner, I'm a confident distributor enroller, it's the same thing. The difference is when she's looking at being a mom, she's approaching it with confidence. We talked about at the beginning, I played sports. I had Olympic tryouts for soccer and I didn't show up scared. I didn't show up doubting, I wonder if I can do this. I showed up confident like I belonged there. If I showed up every day to my business confident like I belonged there, do you want to bet that I would not be Ambassador Diamond already in 2.5 years? And that goes for you too. If you show up in your everyday business the same way you show up for the things that you're good at, you're good at those things because you've given it the effort it took to get there. You didn't wake up a good mom. Like no one's good mom on day one. You don't know what's going on, okay? You got to figure it out. I didn't wake up good at soccer. It took years of blood, sweat, and tears learning and taking the time, but we don't want to do that with our business. We want to write it off that, oh, I just don't sign distributors. Oh, I just can't go live. No, you're not investing the time in growing the belief in yourself to show up as the person who can sign distributors, to show up as the person who does have a successful business. Instead, we want to make these excuses. We want to put the power on things that don't deserve it, and we want to take it away from ourselves. Guys, we can fix all of this. You want to go Ambassador Diamond? Believe you can. Believe you're worth it. How uncomfortable would I make you if I unmuted one of you and was like, tell me why you deserve to be ambassador? I would make all of y'all poop your pants, okay? Like no one's ready probably because I'm not ready. Someone's like, oh, why are you worthy for going triple? That's the one I'm pushing for. And up until a few days ago, I couldn't even tell you that. I can tell you why I wanted to go double. I grew up in poverty. Everyone in my family, that's been something that everyone struggled. I was the first one to graduate college, and I was going to be the first one to change my financial map. I was going to be a legacy maker. I was changing everything. And I did that at double. I knew I was there for double. I showed up confident as a Ruby saying I'm a double diamond leader. Then triple hit, and that was my stuck cycle. That's where I fell back in. And why am I worthy of that? I make good money. Why am I worthy of $10,000? Why do I need $10,000? Who am I to be a triple diamond leader? Because that's not what we're doing anymore. Because I'm working for triple. I've been working for triple for 2 years. I get up 20 host posts a day for almost 2 years. I do the work, but why am I not there? Because action does not get our results. Like we said at the beginning, action does not get your results. Action does not take you to success. Belief does. I don't give a rat's patootie what you do every day. I don't care if you double your steps to success every month. I don't care if you double your KPIs every single day. What you do is irrelevant if you don't believe what you're doing matters. If you don't believe going diamond is something that you can do, if you don't believe you are worthy of the pay, if you don't believe you can do it, then stop working for it, because you're not doing anything but frustrating yourself. I done spent 2 years busting tail to go triple when I would have been just as good if I would have done nothing, because neither one of them is going to get me there. Sitting on my butt, sleeping all day, working my ass off, doing nothing, doing everything. Neither one of those are going to get me to triple diamond if I do not believe I am worthy of it. If I don't believe that triple diamond can be associated with my name. You've got to believe it first and foremost. And we hear leaders say it all the time, guys, but I want you to hear it. I want you to really hear it. It does not matter what you do in your business if you do not believe you are worthy of it. And whatever, why would you not believe it? Did God not make you in his image? Is he not out here the best thing since sliced bread? So who are you to be less than? Who are you? He called you, he knit you together in your mama's womb. He said you were created for beautiful, abundant things. Why are you saying, no, God, you're wrong? Who are you to say, no, God, not me? I've already messed up too much. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Guys, you want to know a fun fact? I wrote myself out for so long. I have brain damage that makes it difficult to talk. What? Who am I to be sitting here talking to you guys? Because I looked at God and I was like, not me. If I get nervous, I can't speak right. I stumble my words. I've got 42 pages of notes here to try to get through this. Not me, God. And God said, no. I said, all of you. I said, you are called to abundance. I said, I formed you together and I have a life for you out there. And so stop shortchanging yourself, guys. We're going to believe that we are worthy of this. You're going to believe that you're not only worthy of your goal, but you're worthy and worth more than your goals. And the cool thing is that if you don't believe that, that's okay, because you're not the one that has to say it. You just have to believe that when God said it, he meant it. And we can just go from there. That's where we get to build this foundation and start working together and forward, not just to build a successful business, guys. That's the coolest thing about this, is going ambassador diamond, going whatever your biggest milestone here is. It's not about the money. It's going to be nice when you get there, okay? When you get there, the money's going to be nice. But the person that you are, the person it takes to get to that goal, to push through your roadblocks, to learn to believe in yourself, the person that you become on the way, guys, there is nothing more beautiful. There is nothing more beautiful. And I think a $10,000 bank account looks nice, but there's nothing more beautiful than the powerful person that you get to be and develop on the way. And guys, that doesn't mean that you got to be talking on Zooms. That doesn't mean that you've got to be loud and proud and in people's face, because that may not be your style, and that's totally okay. But you get to be the most beautiful and incredible version of you. And you get to have the success that goes along with it. And that all gets to start today, when we're going to start believing in ourselves. The action does not get you your results. Belief gets you your results. I done went on so far off a tangent. I don't even know where I am on my notes, y'all. Okay, so how do we fix this now? Oh, this is going too. So if your results begin to increase past what you believe you're worthy of, you will always self-sabotage. You will always knock yourself back down to the level you believe you're worthy of, okay? So maybe you're facing this now. So maybe you went Ruby. I love having some of my team on here because I can just pinpoint them, but I'm sure it'll affect other people too. So maybe you went Ruby and then you can't get past it. Maybe you're really good at signing 1 or 2 customers a month, but you can't get past it. So maybe that's your belief level. For me, it was double diamond. I went double diamond. That's where I believed I could go. But no, I gotta take it back. Mine was diamond. Sorry, I jumped ahead of myself. Mine was diamond. I went diamond and I was like, cool. Like I need double, but like I went diamond and I was cool. So whatever that belief is of that's your worth, which is dumb. We're throwing that idea out, right? Because we're fantastic and built in God's image. Okay, so mine was diamond. So guys, I've been double diamond 3 times. I promoted to double diamond 3 times. And you know what? I lost it every time, except for this time. This time, I believe I'm worth more. But till now, I lost it every time. And guess what? I was working just as hard to go double diamond as I was to keep it. It's never like I stopped working and I just sat here and then my business crumbled. No, I was still working. I was working so hard to go triple. But guys, I didn't believe I was worth double. I believe to be a double diamond, you had to be a good leader. And I struggle so much thinking I'm not a good leader. I believe to be double diamond, you had to be smart with money. My first double diamond paycheck, insert income disclosure, was almost $9,000. Okay, I grew up going to food kitchens instead of grocery stores. Okay, I had never seen any amount of money, let alone almost 5 figures. So you know what I did with that? I did a lot of eating. I did a lot of drinking. I did a lot of traveling, and not an ounce of it went to anything worthy, anything good. So then I told myself, well, I can't have that kind of money because I'm not responsible with it. I started creating the scenarios of why double diamond, why I wasn't worthy of that. I'm not good enough with money. I'm not a good enough leader. I don't inspire people. I don't post well. I'm inconsistent. All these things of why I can't be double diamond. And you know what that does in my head? That tells me then we're not going to be double diamond. If you go into this like self-preservation of like, well, I don't want to put that stress on her. So you find ways to self-sabotage in your subconscious. There we go. In your subconscious. And all of a sudden, you're not double diamond. You're diamond, wondering how you're going to pay bills. And the thing is, though, I'm more comfortable. I was more comfortable because I'm worthy of it all now. I was more comfortable at diamond, not making enough to pay my bills, having to freak out every month. I was more comfortable there than being double diamond with enough to pay my bills and extra. I grew up poor. I grew up struggling. I knew that. I was comfortable there, and I did not grow my belief past it. So I could live there. I could live in the fear. I could live in the stress because I was comfortable. So no matter how much I wanted double or triple, I would never get there and stay there because my roadmap was set for diamond. My roadmap was set for panic, was set for stress, was set for this is where I'm comfortable. I can't achieve here. How many of you guys are doing that for yourself? Well, I make a couple $100 a Ruby and I mean, I need more, but like, this is what I'm used to. This is what I'm okay with. So even though I want to go farther, even though I'm looking forward, even though I'm wishing and working and focused on promoting, you are saying in your mind, but Ruby's pay is okay because I've been here. But a couple customers a month is okay because I've been here. Well, diamond's okay because I've been here. I know how to survive. Well, guys, no. Where you're at is not okay. When you hop off this Zoom, where you are at is no longer okay. I don't care if you're making $10,000 a month. Where you're at is no longer okay because you deserve ambassador diamond. So why are we settling, saying we're okay with a couple $100 as a fallback of giving ourselves this excuse when no, because you're worthy of $40,000 a month. So we're going to change our roadmap. We're going to stop telling ourselves that if I don't hit it this month, it's okay because I'm used to this. No, it's not okay. Because when you take that off the table, when you start believing that where you're going is where you're meant to go, You are meant to be emerald. You are meant to be diamond. You are meant to be ambassador. And that pay and that responsibility and that leadership and whatever that looks like, you are called to it. God has already blazed the path and you just get to walk to it. You are destined and designed for that, because these desires you have, you would not have them unless God had already put them in your brain and in your soul for a reason. So you're called to it. You're ready for it. You were designed for it. So stop self-sabotaging. Stop falling back into this idea that we're just focused, we're just staying, it's comfortable. We're focused on the wrong things. We're not fixing the belief, because saying that we're not worthy is the same thing as saying that we don't believe in ourselves. So it all goes back to the same thing. We're not focusing on the actions. We're not focusing on what to do. We're not focusing on X, Y, Z. We're going to focus on the idea that we believe we deserve it. And our belief is going to get us the result. That is how we get to the top. You have to change your focus. It is impossible, guys. It is impossible to have a strong belief and it not translate into the results you want. Impossible. It is impossible to show up every day believing like in your core that you are worthy of diamond and not go diamond. It's impossible. Now, it may not happen overnight, but if you show up, I believe I'm worthy of this. I'm going to work like I'm worthy of this. I'm going to show up like I'm worthy of this. I know God called me to this. I am worthy of this. I believe in this. Guess what? It's impossible for you not to get there. So you want to promote this month? You better believe like you ain't never believed before in yourself and your ability and who you are and what you're called for to and where you're going for these next 9 days. And you can believe big things are going to happen. Guys, we can write the new narrative of belief for our lives. We can literally write things into existence. The way we start looking at posts, the way we start talking about things, it starts to change. When you shift your focus at the level of belief, things start happening without you having to like dig deep and grind. Now, I am not by any means saying it's not going to be hard work, okay? Because it is. Promoting's hard work. Your business is hard work. It takes work. It takes grit. It takes effort. It takes all of that. But that's not all it takes. And that is like the less of it, okay? But things are going to start happening in your business without you grinding for them. You're not going to have to like we were talking about. It's not like you're going to have to message 20 people to get one host to post. You'll message 10 people to get 5 hosts to post. Things start happening. You'll start posting on your page, and instead of getting no interaction, you'll get more interaction. You'll start having people that are dead on your team come back to life, message you, ready to start working again. Things start happening outside your control when you shift the way you believe about the situation and the way you believe yourself. Your belief creates feelings. How many of you, drop a 4, how many of you have felt unmotivated in your business? You're unmotivated. You're not motivated to work. You don't feel like working, right? Okay, so all of us, yes, right? We all have those days. But the thing is, how do you fix feeling motivated? It's not a like crazy answer, guys. I'm sure you can guess by now. You fix your belief. If I believe I am worthy of triple diamond, I believe it wholeheartedly. I believe I'm worthy of the pay. I believe I'm worthy of the leadership. I believe I'm worthy of the title. I believe I show up different. I am excited to work. I'm excited for every conversation because I know every person I'm talking to, it's one more life I get to change. It's one life closer. I'm one life closer. It's a customer, I'm one life closer. It's a new distributor, I'm one life change closer to where I'm going. It gets exciting. You start looking at things differently. All these things start happening outside your control. You have people coming back. You have people start signing customers that have never done that before. You have customers coming to you, distributors coming to you. Things start changing, and then you start feeling. And when you feel it, that's when that motivation starts kicking back in. The quickest way to get yourself out of a motivation slump, start to feel something, start to get excited about your business, start to believe you're worth more than where you're at. Things start happening within you and all around you. So how are we going to fix this? Okay. How are we going to fix this? How are we going to start believing in ourselves? Because it's not easy. It's not easy. We've all been through crap. You've had series of events in your past that just tried to define who you are, who've told you you're broken, who's told you you're not worth it, who's told you that this is not for you. You can't amount to this. You can't do that. That's not you. Like, that's who the world has told us we are. So how are we going to rewrite that narrative so that we believe who we can be? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to be aware. I went to counseling for a little while. More of my story. I feel like you guys are getting to know me so well on here. So there for a little bit, life got real difficult. I made a lot of bad choices. I was in and out of jail. And during that time, I went to counseling to get my life together because it was not together. And one of the biggest things I got while I was in counseling is the idea of catching your feelings and then letting them go. And so a lot of times we like to crank it out, like, oh, that's a bad thought. I don't want to think that thought. And we get on ourselves. That don't fix nothing. Okay. So when you're seeing yourself having these doubts, having these negative thoughts, we're just going to be aware of them. So when I feel like I'm a bad leader, instead of being and getting mad at myself, you can't say those things like we do, you just be aware of it. You just be like, oh, hold on. I'm not a bad leader. It's just how I feel right now, but I'm not a bad leader. Then you move on. Right? So we're going to be aware of it. And when you start turning on your awareness, you're going to see it so much more. I went through a thing and I was trying to rewrite my I am statements. And one of my biggest lies I would tell myself is I would just say I'm a mess. That was my excuse for anything. I messed up. I did anything wrong. I would just say I'm a mess. What do you expect? I'm just a mess. And I told myself I was going to be aware and start rewriting these things. Guys, let me tell you, you can't be aware and then keep going because it starts to annoy you. You start just seeing it all the time. Why do I keep saying this? You're being so aware of it, you make it go away. It just happens. And it's not something that you got to crank and force. You be aware of these. You be aware of the doubt. You be aware of the negative feelings. You be aware of the negative self-talk, the negative talk about your business. You start being aware of those moments. And then we got to be intentional. So when you have the moment where you're being aware and you see the negativity, you see the doubt. So now we're going to grab hold of it and we're going to tell the truth. So when I feel like I'm being a bad leader and I'm telling myself, my team's not showing up, we're not promoting because I'm a bad leader. I'm like, no, that's not true. That's just how I feel right now. But the truth is, I do a lot for my team. I host a lot of Zooms, a lot of power hours. I put a lot of scripts together. I do a lot. I am a good leader. It's just not our time. And just like that, I just started rewiring my brain. So when I start to feel the negativity, I start to feel like I'm a bad leader, instead of having to be aware and intentional and try to fix this, my brain starts doing it on its own with repetition. And that's the last, and then the third thing we're going to do is we're going to accept the things as true. So once we're aware of what that negative self-talk is, what that doubt is, what that feeling of unworth is, whatever that is, we rewrite a new truth, then we're going to start accepting that. This is why it's so important, guys, to do personal development in the mornings. You guys have heard me talk about personal development. I could do a whole nother Zoom about that, okay? But the point of personal development, one, don't put it in this cookie cutter box that we like to do. Personal development's not reading a book. It's not journaling. It's not anything specific. It's taking the time to develop who you are as a person and whatever that looks like, what you need that day. For me, some mornings personal development is doing skincare and going to sit down at the beach. I live 3 minutes from it, so I'm there all the time. And that's part of my personal development. I go to the beach every day, cold, hot, rain, shine, doesn't matter, because that's a place where I can go and I can sit by myself. And for me, that's personal development. Skincare is personal development. It's taking time to develop me, to pour into myself. Exercise, for me, is something that's personal development. I take the time to nurture my body and take care of myself. Reading a book is personal development. Podcasts are personal development. Doing the things to take the time. And guys, if you are not every single day writing affirmations, starting tomorrow, you are. Because you didn't hop on the Zoom because you all knew this was a personal development Zoom. You guys knew we were talking about belief. So you did not show up here by accident. You knew what you needed. And so you're going to hop off here and you're going to implement it. You're going to start taking the steps to get to that point of belief. And writing affirmations is huge in that journey. And you got to do this first thing in the morning, okay? Because the thing is we get to go to bed, whoever we are. We go to bed with the weight of the day. We go to bed after the fight. We go to bed with the nightmares. We go to bed feeling defeated, whatever that is. We go to bed. We wake up that next day and we define ourselves. And if you're not defining yourself, you're letting your situations define you. No. We're taking control of our life. We are writing that positive narrative. So every morning, you're going to start waking up and you're going to define who you are. Okay? So when affirmations, I lost the word. Affirmations, okay? This is not like I am beautiful, I'm smart, I am pretty, I'm kind. I mean, it can be, but I want you guys to get real. I want you to get raw. What do you need? Who are you? And where do you need to speak that life into you? Some days it may be I'm a good wife. I am patient. I take the time to listen before I speak. Maybe it's something like that. Other times it's leadership things for me. I'm a good leader. I inspire my team. I lead my team well. I am blazing a path to prove to them that they can do it. When I speak, I empower people. When people are having a bad day, they know they can come to me. Things like that. Those are affirmations. Those are things that you get to wake up in the morning and define who you are today. So what do you need? I'm independent. I am strong. I am a good worker. I am consistent. I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy. I'm smart. I'm beautiful. And whatever you need that day, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, whatever you're facing, you wake up and you say it that morning. You define yourself. I believe in me. I believe I'm worth this. I believe I'm created in the image of God. I believe I'm called to a life of destiny. I believe I am going places. I believe I'm triple diamond. I believe I'm going to make $10,000 a month. I believe I'm a good leader. I believe I'm going to be asked to speak on stage at events. I believe these things. You start writing them and do as many as you can think of. I want you to pour yourself out every morning, and I want you to define who you are. Because when those negative thoughts come creeping back in, when those hard times come creeping back in, you're not just facing it at face value. You're not just facing it as that broken person who went to bed after a full day. You're facing it with the definition you wrote for yourself, not what the world wrote for you. You have a whole different outlook when it comes to battling and facing the things that happen in our day-to-day life. And guys, let me tell you, I'm just going to I was talking a little bit to Timoni about this earlier, and this has been huge. I listened to this podcast on Monday, so real soon for this to all click for me. And so Monday, I decided I'm going triple diamond this month. Now, I would not recommend deciding for 11 days that you're going to do a huge promotion, but you can. And I decided I was going to do this not because my team needed it, because that was my thing. I want my team to know that we can do this. I want my team to see me promote so that they know they can promote. I want to blaze the way for my team. My team deserves XYZ. I want to do this for my team, and I do. That's the root of why I'm doing this. But I have to do this. I had to take responsibility. And so Monday, I decided I believed I was worth this. I believe I deserved this. And let me tell you guys what's happened since Monday, okay? I have signed almost 20 customers since Monday. I'm a mass enroller anyway, but 3 days, 20 customers is a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I started telling myself I wasn't good at signing distributors. I didn't deserve to have a team, X, Y, Z. I had a distributor come and sign up with me. I had a distributor who is about to get her shopping spree on her own, only being in the business a couple months. I got another distributor who has been in the business a couple months and has not signed a single customer, has signed 3 since Monday. I had girls on my team who haven't done anything in months come back to life since Monday, okay? I have host to post. I got up early this month with no comments, have 20 comments on it since Monday. When I post on my page, I don't really get nothing, okay? I'm one of those people, I post, I get maybe a like I don't get a lot on my page. I host to post, that's how I get my customers. In the past, since Monday, I have 3 product posts with almost 100 comments on them. Y'all, that's not me. That's not me. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not out here doing all this extra work, guys. Believe you're worth it. Those things happen around you. Stop. If I feel like, Lord, if I could shake you all, stop telling yourself you don't deserve this. Stop telling yourself that you can't do it, that you don't have enough time, that you're not good enough, that you're anything, because that is not the truth. And when you are saying that, you are self-sabotaging over and over and over, and you deserve more. Your future deserves more. Your kids deserve more. Your future kids deserve more. Your family deserves more. Your friends deserve more. Your team deserves more. Stop taking yourself out of the race. I want to challenge you to believe that you are on this Zoom for a reason, that goal you had this month, that you are not too far, because I don't care what that chart says, because that's not the one that's doing the thing. God's volume's coming in, and there is no number that he cannot handle. Let me tell you, he can build an ocean. He can make a planet come together, and you think he can't bring you 2,000 in freaking volume? You think 10,000 in volume is too far? Who are you to shortchange him? God has got so much in store for you in these last 9 days, but gosh dang, if you don't stop sabotaging yourself. You were sitting there wanting and wishing and talking about this place that you want to go, but you are not believing you are worth it. And you want to sit there and you want to have a pity party and you want to cry about it because you have not promoted yet. Maybe this business isn't for me. Maybe this isn't for me. No, honey, maybe you need to get it together and start feeling and believing that you deserve this. You are worthy of it. I hit my ball. You are worthy of it. There is nothing here that is not for you. There is nothing that your sideline can have, that Stephanie and Joel Dunn can have, that you cannot have unless, goodness, get out of your own freaking way. You are the reason you are stuck. It's not your action. It's not your downline. It's not your upline. It's you. You are doing enough. You're doing enough. You're doing enough. Okay? You're doing it. Be proud of yourself. You're doing enough. Okay, now you're going to believe it. You're going to believe that the work you're doing counts. You're going to believe that God's watering the seeds you're planting. You're going to believe that it's coming together. The time that you are pouring into your team that you don't feel is coming and happening, you're going to start believing that God knows better. You're going to start believing that you get to show up as an ambassador diamond today. And you're going to believe it today. And you're going to believe it in an hour when you start doubting it. And you're going to believe it in the middle of the night when you wake up in a panic because you don't think you can do it. And you're going to believe it in the morning. And I don't care how many times you got to tell yourself you're worthy of this. You are going to do it. And you're going to believe it. And you're going to keep doing the things you know to do, guys. And it is coming together. It's not coming together next month. It's not coming together next year. It is coming together right now if you get out of your own dang way. And I hate to say it, but there's some of you on this Zoom who are not promoting this month. There's some of you on this Zoom who is not going to get it together. There's some of you in this Zoom who are going to go right back to that stuck cycle, and you're going to live there. And I want you to know, whether you do promote and you grab this and you run with it or you don't, it's okay. Because this is it. This is the secret sauce. So when you get ready, it'll click. It'll click tonight. It'll click next week. It'll click in 3 years, guys. It'll click. You're going to remember who you are. You're going to remember who you created to be, and you're going to believe in yourself, and you're going to make those goals happen. You're going to make that promotion happen. You're going to do the dang thing, okay? So we're going to hop off of here, and we're going to go believe in ourselves. And we're going to go do a little victory dance because the battle is already won, and God's already got this made for you. And you're going to keep on hustling. You're going to keep doing the work. But more so, you're going to believe that everything your hands touched is ordained. God's already got it all working together. Every conversation, every post, everything. And you're going to believe that you are worthy of the rank. You are worthy of the promotion. You are worthy of the title. You're worthy of the leadership. You are worthy of it all. And I'm so excited to celebrate with all of you guys as you're promoting this month. All right. All right. Now I am going to need like a hot cup of tea because I have no voice left at all. But I love you guys so much. I will have this up